whatever we have covered in last session. Alright, so we have started SQL, right? Uh, in SQL, we have covered the basic thing. Now, the next thing which we are going to do is join. And yesterday, I could have completed that join, but since that was an important topic, so I decided to continue the topic from today onward because I don't want you to miss that thing. So, do we have Shubham? Okay, Shatakshi, we have covered a couple of things in SQL, right? And one important thing which I want you to learn is join because that's one of the important topics. So I had not completed that yesterday. So we are continuing with that. So I think everyone is in. So let me begin. Okay, perfect. Good evening, everyone. So let's begin the joins. So I'm continuing with the same example which we did in the data step. All right. Now you are pretty much familiar with this data. All right. So what you need to do, you need to create this data at your end, and you just need to refer back my old emails. There you will find this data, or you have saved your program. Then you can read the data from there only. Do let me know once you find this data. Just ping me once you have the data with you. Do you have this data with you? Yes, no, maybe. And let me know once you have created this data. No, simply this data into SAS format. So Then Shubham? Perfect. So let's, and I think Satakshi has already completed this. So let me just drag my this thing. Okay. So now you have the data with you. Uh, so Satakshi, since you were not present in the last session, so let me quickly give you a brief idea about the ProcSQL. So ProcSQL is, do you have any, past experience in SQL language or any other programming language, Satakshi? Have you ever worked on SQL? Okay, so you have a little bit idea. That's great. So that's fine. So now you know in SAS, SQL command will remain same. The only difference would be these two keywords, ProcSQL and the quit statement. So this will wrap your SQL command in these two statements, ProcSQL, and that should be uh, uh, quit. The last one is quit, right? So everything should fall in these two commands. Right? So okay, so while I'm writing showing you this screen, I will not be able to see my chat box. So just unmute if you have any question. Just unmute yourself and speak and ask the question. Now the first join is Cartesian join. So before I run this, I need to create my data as well. So what is a Cartesian join means? This I have not covered in my previous example, right? So what is a Cartesian join? Cartesian join is that every row will merge or join with another row of the other table. So now in this case, what I am writing select says dot star, so that is the name of my first table, comma DESC1 description 1 dot star. So dot star means all the variable of that particular data table. Alright, so all the variable of the data table, followed by from means from which table, the sales table and the description table. So this will automatically create a join between these two tables, right? Now the C865, which is the first data or first row in your left table, will merge with all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of second table. Though this is not a very useful join, not a very frequent join which we uses, but yes, it exists, right? So now this, and similarly this next code will merge with all other rows.
It's just
Yes,
like
just like
matrix multiplication.
yes. So now the join. Let's talk about the inner join. So what is inner join? Do you remember the inner join thing? If you remember this and this, This is your inner join, Anshu. Right or wrong? Anshu, you there?
Yes, sir, that is inner join.
That's inner join. So that could be easily achieved in SQL by writing proc SQL, as we know. Select. Now this is the number of column you want. So, so I'm using one table which is sales table. So this is my sales table. Dot star all the variables of this table, comma DESC1, which is my second table. Dot DESC this table and this column from sales. Now I'm writing inner join. Select this the ESC1 table, the second table on means the common variable. So it's just like a VLOOKUP, right? You want to match a value with another on a common variable. And once you submit this, you will get output for 6 different rows. Any question on this? It's pretty easy. So there are two benefits. First, you need not to sort your data. That's one of the biggest thing. People who work on data step and people who work on who work through SQL. So this is the preferred method for joining a table. So after inner join, we have a full join. So full join, select A dot star comma B dot star means all column from A, all column from B. Now what is this A and B? So these are the two different tables which we are using, and we have given them alias name as A and B. And this is the usual or very frequent way of you know giving a label to your table or using alias name of your table. So select A dot star, which means select all the column from a table A. Select dot sorry comma B dot star means select all the variable for table B. Now we are using a word full join over here. So it will join the table A with table B on the basis of A dot code equals to B dot code. Thus full join will return 8 column or eight observations, right? Now left join. So for left join, what we have? We have a left keyword. Select A dot star comma B dot description one, right? From says A on A dot code, where A dot code equals to B dot my code. These are common variable on which we are merging our table. Now, how many values will come in the left join?
Sir, please repeat the full join.
Full join. So what would happen? So let's say you have a table this, right? Where you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So full join means if they are column, there are few observations which are common. So let's say this is matching with this, this is matching with this, and this is matching with this. So what will happen to this? In full join, this will also come. So all the count from here, all the count from here. तो अंशु इसमें होता क्या है कि जो आपकी लेफ्ट टेबल होती है जो राइट टेबल होती है वो कॉमन वेरिएबल पर पूरा डेटा देती है। तो पूरा मतलब समझाते हैं आपको हम। सो देयर आर 1 2 3 4 6 7 column here, sorry, so 7 observation and 7 observation here. A full join will return me 8 observation. Why? Because 6 are matching, 2 are different. 6 plus 2 is equal to 18. तो F35 F इसका इसके साथ मैच करेगा, इसका साथ जो नहीं मैच करेगा उसका क्या करेगा, उसकी जगह पे वो ब्लैंक आ जाएगा। Now let me know if you have a question. Okay, so let me move ahead. Left join. Now what about the right join? So we have a right join as well. By simply writing right join, you can create your right join, right? So here my data will be joined on the right table. So there are 7 observations in the right table, so you will get 7 values in the output. See, this is black M3 on high because it is not available in the left hand side table. Now left outer join. So there is no join which we call as left outer join. So we need to create one join. Let me explain this to you. Select A dot star comma B dot star from cells A left join, because what is left outer join? This is outer join, right? So we need to exclude. So where, if you look at the where condition, so we are excluding all the my code where value is null. हमें कौन सा डेटा चाहिए? हमें वो डेटा चाहिए जहाँ पे माई कोड की वैल्यू नल हो। तो नल यहाँ पे किसकी होगी? एक ही डेटा पॉइंट है, 6 तो कॉमन आ गया ना इस जगह पे, राइट? दिस विल रिटर्न ओनली data which is null in my code, so you will get only one output. Got it? Any question on this? No?
Can you just re-explain the left outer join once?
So left outer join, what we are saying essentially, we are first creating a left join.
Yeah.
Left join means everything from left hand table. Everything from here, right? Now we are
Yeah.
saying only return me this where this table is blank. So this is the area where my table is blank, which is known as outer area.
Oh, okay. So it's like from the second table, whatever the value is null, give me that, right?
Yes. And where it will
Okay.
be null when we do not have any row number for or the data for this common code or common variable.
Okay. So we created the left join, we got the table, and from that table, whatever the value is null, give me that, and that would be my left outer join.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you look at the literature and all those, you will find only four join. Full join left, right,
Yeah.
right, and inner. These two are being created with the help of logic.
Yeah, but in the SQL, we do have these joins, left outer
Yeah,
join, left inner
left out here,
join,
yes.
left inner joins. Yeah.
But in all other programming, you will find this. So in Python also, you have experienced this thing. In R
Yeah.
as well, and
Hmm.
in SAS as well.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
this goes
Right.
for right outer join. Now the question to the group: what would be the program for outer join? And what you need to do? You need to return. You need to answer me in chat box, right?
Okay.
Write a program and answer me in chat box. Done?
Hello.
Yes.
हेलो।
क्या करण?
आज सर मेरे लैपटॉप तो प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं हो रही कुछ क्लास में आपको?
नहीं नहीं।
क्योंकि मेरा लैपटॉप हैंग हो रहा है ना थोड़ा सा।
तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। आई विल कॉल यू कुछ होगा तो।
हम्म,
It's not working. How do you fetch those data files? Like, I mean, I created .sas files of those data. Like, I ran the code, and those files are created. And then how
Mm-hmm.
do you fetch them here in the select statement? Because not fetching those files.
So what is the name of those files, right?
I have named them data1 and data2. So they are data1.sas and data2.sas.
Dot slash why dot slash? Uh, it should be data. Okay. So
Yeah.
where have you written that data in the data lines or in the
That's what
different
I
file?
asked. Like, I mean, do I need to like save that data into a
Okay.
text file and then
No.
import it like there, or like
So
how?
you can do two way. Either you can data line method, or you
Mm-hmm.
can use you can paste the data only, right, in a
Yeah.
notepad, and then you can read it through in file input statement.
Okay. Because so this one that I did, like data sales, like data lines, the code that you gave me, and I ran that, so I got the output data as a table.
Right. But
Yeah, and
for
then
the
how
second
do I
one,
use this table then?
you can simply since that is stored in the work library, you can simply call it just by its name. And if you want to check whether that file has been created successfully, just run a proc print statement, proc print, where data is equal to your data one, and run. If it is printing, that means you have the data one in your work library, and you can
Oh,
call it
so the
by
one,
select statement.
so these they are created as work.sales and work.descl, right?
Right.
Oh, got it, got it. Okay, I got it.
What do you ensure, Shakshi? Completed? It's pretty simple. Oh, I think I okay. Which one, Anshu? Okay, here you go.
Giving me syntax error.
Hmm. Which one? Paste the code.
I try with outer join by writing outer join as well, but no.
No, no. So, are you able to run this sales and DESCL or DSC1?
Yeah, oh, okay. Okay. Let me check.
Sure.
It's correct. It's DESCL.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
run a proc print for both the data set
Okay.
if you are able to print. So there, Shubham, there is no outer union.
I was trying to type outer join, but it did not give me the pop-up. So I tried with the outer join, but then it did not work. So it gave me the pop-up of like outer union. So I thought like maybe that's what it is.
Okay. You can do that by using by running the code which uh, I have explained. Just you need to put some logic in the where condition. No, Karan, it is fine. So I have given. So Karan, just to let you know, I have given them some exercise so they're practicing at the end. So Karan was thinking that there's some issue with the WebEx or the sorry Go meeting. Anshu, Satakshi, any luck while Shivam is trying hard to find a solution? No problem. Shivam, take your time. Anshu, do you want me to scroll down?
It is still not working. I don't know. It's giving me syntax error somewhere.
Sorry, I was on mute and speaking. Shivam, this is what I'm saying. You want to find an easy
Yeah.
solution. You need to use
Mm.
some logic
Maybe we can join
that.
the right auto join and left auto join together.
So let me just show you the code. So half code is here. Now use some logic.
Okay. All right.
So that is a problem with your data, Anshu. This is not a problem of join. This is a data. It's a issue with your data creation. Please fix that. Sure, Professor, this is Sultan. No. So how many rows of data did you get? So what is the output?
Yeah, just checking. Give me 1 minute. It's like eight rows that I've got.
And as per your understanding about join, right?
Hmm.
Forget about the programming. In
Yeah, yeah.
outer join, in this data, how many data points should be there?
I think in this outer join, it combines both the tables. So there
Okay.
has to be like, yeah,
No, so when
14.
I'm
Yep.
saying it should be 14, no, full outer join. I think you guys forgot the outer join. Let me just remind you something.
Or maybe just the common ones.
Full outer. This is outer, right?
Yeah,
This is outer and this is outer,
not the common ones.
not the common ones.
Okay, all right.
Now, Shatakshi, tell me how many data points should be there. You all have done this exercise before. Sakshi, how many data points should be there? Okay.
I think two.
Yes, it should be two. Now
Yeah.
you need to write a program. Did you get the output?
Yeah, just almost done. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I got like what would be the where condition, but I'm not able to write it. Maybe I'm doing some syntax mistake. So where condition should be like
Okay.
A dot code and B dot my code should be null. So yeah,
Not end. Not end.
yeah, or okay, yeah.
All right. So this is the program. So this is the all the joins through SQL, right? All right. So the next topic which I'm going to start is one of the most important and my
But
favorite
the
topic is
out
macro.
using this is
Yep.
coming out as like 14 rows.
Is are you sure?
Yeah, that's. Can you run the code and show us the output?
Sure. And let me tell you where you have
Yeah.
done the mistake. So I think you have put the semicolon over here.
Yes.
And this is what I told you in the beginning that in proc SQL we use only three semicolons, right? First for proc SQL, second for your selected statement, third is for quit.
Yes, it worked.
All right. So let's move. What about you, Satakshi and Anshu? Done? All right. So let's move on to the next topic. Give me a second. Let me first close this. All right. So, SAS macro. So, any one of you have any experience with the? Okay, Satakshi, you are doing. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, you still see four. Do you want me to open that file again? Mm-hmm. All right. So, any one of you have any experience with Excel macro? Yes, no. So, I take this as no, right? Then it's fine because yes, a bit. Okay. So, okay, to give you a context, so if you have any experience or exposure with macro, this Excel macro, then it is altogether different macro. I'm going to talk today. All right. So macro is program. So macro programming we call it some meta programming as well. So programming about a program. This is what the definition of macro in SAS. All right. So how to program your program to automatically generate some results. All right. So that your original program did not change. It automatically understand uh, the variables. So let me give you one example, then you will have an idea. So for example, I have a report, right? I have written a program. So okay, just take an example of the SAS help dataset, SAS help dot class wala dataset, where I want to publish my data for female on Monday and for male on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday again female, on Thursday again male. Now, how to make such a program? Do you think I'm going to write six different programs? The answer is no, right? So in that case, we will write a program either using macro variable or using macro programming. So SAS macros are divided into two parts. One is your macro variables. Give me a minute. Let me open a Word file there. So you, oh, I hate this. SAS macro. They are divided into two things. One is macro variables, and the second thing is macro program. All right. So let me first talk about the macro variable. This is a frequently used thing in SAS, and this macros we use three methods. One is your percent let method. Second is your call input method, and third is your insert into. All right. So now first we need to understand what is macro variable. So first I will share an example, then I will explain what is macro variable, right? Now, as I told you earlier that on a particular, okay, so my manager is a little finicky and he asks me every hour that, okay, now give me a data for male, now give me a data for female, now give me a data for male, now for female. Now consider this program is not a three-line program, this is a long program, right? And I had to change every time. So if I have to give him a data for male, what I will write? I will write something like this. You agree? So this is data for male. And now if you call me again and he asks me to share the data for female, I will change the thing over here. So now I will share the data for female. Now, being a good programmer or to avoid any mistake, I do not want to change my program, right? I want to design it in such a manner that I'm not going to touch this. I need to change that thing out of my program. So what I will do, I will define a macro variable. So how to define a macro variable? So as mentioned earlier, I will write percent let and then name of the macro variable. Let's say ABC. Now what should be the value for this ABC? Let's say it's a female. All right, and semicolon. So this is defining a macro variable. Any question on this? On definition, please. Now, if you defined it, then what is the use of this definition if you are not going to use it? So how to use a macro variable? So wherever we want to change our value, right, or a place where we want to automate something, we will pick this name and replace actual value with macro variable name. Now I need to put a ampersand symbol before it, right? So to define a macro variable, I can use %let method, and to call a macro variable, I need to use ampersand symbol. All right. Now, if I run my program, it is for female. Now, I am not touching my program. I am just simply changing value outside my program, my main program, right? All right. So please try it at your end.
Uh, Instead of writing it like where sex is equals to, we are writing it at the top, like defining it as a macro and then using it, right?
Yes. So I am defining outside my main program, right?
Okay, so I can use it. Got it. Can you please show me the word where you were defining it once more?
Do you want to change the screen? Let me know once you done this. What about others? I'm done. Perfect. Now, I am giving you another example, right? And I am not explaining it. I want you to understand this program, and if you have any question, just ask that question. Otherwise, if you do not have a question, then I will ask the question. Now, you should be able to read the program and should be able to understand. Done? Any question on this program? Okay. Anshu, do you have a question on this? Okay, now I have a question. So, why I have written age greater than and then ampersand ABC, and in gender I have written ampersand DF in course. Why there is no course in ABC for age?
because it's a numeric value.
Perfect.
And
Right? So, it
and
is
the why we
always
put quotes in the non-numeric value, because we want it like as it is, whatever is stored in the database, so that it should not get changed.
perfect. So, what is the best practice to run a, to design a macro program or to write a macro program is we write a normal program first and then we replace the value of macro variable with the so we replace the original value with the macro variable. All right, and this is what
Sir,
exactly
can you
I've done.
please repeat? I
So the best way to write a macro program, we first write a normal program, right? Then we convert that program into a macro program by replacing the values, right, with the macro variable. So, So why I'm saying so? When you will write like this, so when you are replacing your value with a macro variable, then you are not going to commit any mistake by ignoring an ampersand or putting an ampersand in a numeric value, right? All right, so let's move on to the another wonderful example. So I am just sharing this data with you all. Okay. Now let me know once you run this. Let me know once you have submitted this program and it is working for you. And then I will ask a question. All right. So now this is the data uh, of a retail store, for example, and I need to automate this program so that on a daily basis, right? So this is a daily sales, so this number will keep on changing. On the daily basis, I need to send a report to my headquarter that uh, the person X has purchased the highest quantity of a particular item, and his ID should also be shown in the report, right? And I also want what all other item that guy have purchased. Like for this example, sorry, he has bought this, he has bought this all other item as well. Now, is the question clear? Shubham, Anshu, Satakshi, is the question clear? Okay. So my question is, this is my data. Now consider this data. It is on some server, right? And this data changes on daily basis. Now I cannot change my program daily, right? And the requirement for my department head is I need to publish a report on a daily basis and that report contains only three information: the ID of the person who had a highest purchase of a particular item, and what all other things this particular person has purchased. Now the question is clear. So, with your current knowledge, I'm not asking you to write a program in SAS. I simply need how you will solve this logically. So what would be your step? Yes, you can unmute yourself and then speak.
I think first of all, so I mean, if we are doing it in SQL statement, maybe
Or you
like we
can
can,
simply, Shivam, you can
yeah.
think of an Excel, right? How you will do that in Excel?
So I will only select the ID, the item purchase, and the cost. And in the cost, I would use the max function, and whosoever has the maximum amount that I give me that ID and the item purchase and the amount. But then I also need that person, I mean that ID person, what all has he purchased. So for that, I may use like wherever that ID is getting matched, give me all the data of the file.
Okay. What
Yeah,
about
like
you?
sorting thing, like you know.
What about you,
Oh,
Anshu and
oh,
Sadakshi?
maybe we can do one thing. Maybe we can
Uh-huh.
sort this amount in the highest order, like I mean, descending order, like highest to lowest.
Uh-huh.
And that way we will get the highest amount. And then all we need to do is just match this ID wherever we have, where like bear clause if we are using whatever we could use, wherever the ID is 240W, or like give me the data of that.
What about you, Satakshi?
Excel, we can just use the max function, right?
That will give return you only one thing, which is the maximum value.
We can use the max function on this value, like the sales amount or whatever that is. So this would give us the max function, and then we can use the filter on whichever the value that we're gonna get at the top. So 240, and then we select. So we will get only those values. The data filter option in the Excel
Uh-huh.
on the ID.
All right. So, okay. Now, Anshu, do you have any other? There could be 10 different approaches for this solution, right? So there is nothing wrong, nothing right. Yes, Anshu, how you can solve this? Anshu, I think you are on mute if you are speaking. Oh, I think she might be facing some technical issues. So, okay. So to solve this, yes, you are right, Shom. So let me explain my way. So what I did, I have sorted that data from highest to lowest for quantity, right?
Yeah.
So, so in the first row, I will see the name of that person. Okay, for him, I
Mm-hmm.
need to get the information. And in proc print, I can pick this name and I can put a where condition where ID is equal to this.
Yes. Yeah.
right? But doing this, I cannot do it manually on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
So my
We can design a
program should
macro in
be
Excel too.
right. So my program should be smart enough to identify this thing. So let me explain this. So this till here no issue, right?
Yeah.
Let the issue come back, otherwise she can someone ping her. Satakshi, can you try if she is able to log in or
Yes, she's trying to connect back. She just been.
okay. So we can wait for her, right? So Satakshi, by the time she is joining in, so yesterday we had one question and answer round. So apart from this program, are you doing some other stuff like pursuing any skill or any hobby? And this is what me and Shubham were discussing yesterday.
Nowadays, it's all new hobbies that's coming up
Every day.
every day. Something or the other, which is like completely new.
Okay. And what about your experience with work from home? So I believe you're working from home, right?
Yes, I am not at all enjoying it.
So
I mean, initially it was fun, but
yeah,
now
first
it's
2 day,
like,
only first 2 day
yeah.
only.
Actually,
So
it's
this
very
is
hectic.
so I had an interaction about more than 100 people now, and none of them is liking this. Now everyone want to go back to office, right?
Actually, even
No,
from
I'm really
home,
liking it. I'm really
because
liking
you
it.
are at home with your parents, that's the reason.
You're at your
For
hometown,
us,
right?
Yeah,
And
that's the reason.
so you're working from home, Shubham?
Yes.
Okay. Might be your work pressure is little less, but nowadays you are working to more than 12 hours. Daily.
Yeah, like work pressure is, yeah, less. It's not that much. But then the only thing is like if you live alone, like Satakshi is, so it's like there are other stuff that you need to do by your own, like cooking and all, and I don't have to do it. The only thing that I need to do is like, just study, sleep, and eat. That's it. So I'm kind of
That that
enjoying
that. Mm.
I mean, work pressure is, I mean, in office you have lot of options. Like, if this is not working, you can check there or in something somewhere else. But at home, it's like you have only one machine. So if it's like crashed, then you have to, wait until it's ready. So it takes a lot of time.
Yes. So the pressure is building because of the this communication stuff, right? So if you have
Yes.
to tell some, so the people sitting next to you, if you have to connect with him right now, it took at least 15 minutes. And earlier we used to just say in not more than 4 or 5 lines of thing, right?
Actually.
And so that's a wastage of time. So again, so I was reading an article today that okay, teachers is planning to go by and go or this I think go for this work from home culture by 2025, right? The 75% will be working from home. Now I'm thinking that how well that study is going to work, whether there's a wastage of time that would been, I'm
I mean,
still kind of not
I,
convinced that.
Actually, I mean, I think it's wastage of time because I mean, in office, the work that could have, I mean, that we could have done it in 5 or 10 minutes. It takes at least 15 minutes when we are doing from home. Because suppose you need somebody's help and that person is not there, you keep on pinging, calling, and suppose he's not with, I mean, he's somewhere else and he's not even carrying the phone. So you have to wait until and unless the person is there.
Yeah, this is what exactly
So
happening with my team. So I used to solve their each and every problem just because I'm sitting nearby. Now, if I have given someone a project and he's stuck somewhere, now he need to wait until I finish another meeting. Then he will ping me. Then he will call me, and it took him another 1.5 hours just to ask a simple query. And this is
actually, and
what.
it's very difficult to understand over a phone communication as well.
Yes,
I mean, Skype and all is there, but it's very
but
difficult.
very difficult. All right, so Anshu is back. Anshu,
Yes,
can you
sir.
hear us?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
क्वेश्चन के टाइम पे गायब हो गए थे आप. चलो कोई नहीं.
और कनेक्शन चला गया था.
All right. So this is how we are going to solve this problem. So हम सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे? We will sort the data in descending order so that we can see the topmost value, right? So I am storing this data into a new variable. So let me so proc print data is equal to oh why daya data is equal to this new one and run. So we will see data is sorted, right? So I have the highest quantity on top. Now what I need to store these value into some macro variable, right or wrong? Right? This is what we have learned for automation of
Yeah,
a
and we can
program.
yeah, and then we can use the where clause, and that's
Use
it.
yes, and then we can use them as per our convenience. Now to make them, so I'm deleting this program because I've just used this program to show you the data, right? So what I did, I have stored this first observation into new data set by name of new one. So now this new data set have only one observation, and I will tell you why I'm doing this, why I'm just picking only one line of data. Excuse me. So I have this data. Now I will be using calls input method, right, to assign a value from a variable to a macro variable. Okay, let me repeat one more time. So I am using calls input method to assign a value from a variable to a macro variable, and a macro variable can hold or can store only one value at a time. So now data underscore null underscore, which means I do not want to create a new data. However, I'm just simply reading this new one data set, right? And now what I'm doing, I'm using calls input keywords to assign the value of variety into this macro variable, and this should come into quotes. Similarly, I'm assigning the value of customer ID into customer name. Simply, I'm assigning quantity value into top quantity. And if I run this, my values are stored. But how do you know? Now there is a simple method, percent put. Sorry, this will help you to read the data, read the macro value on real time. So, for example, you know how to call a macro? It's through ampersand topvrty, and if I will write this, this will print the outcome of this variable or this macro variable in the log. So top variety is ginger. Do you see? Those it is little small because it's a log. I cannot enlarge it. Let me see if I can. This ginger. All right. So now my values are stored. So you can check other values as well. What is left? Custom name, top quantity, top variety. Very good. So let me run this. So you can see 450 240W. Right. Now since this is ready, I can use a proc printf statement with a where clause. Now proc print data is equal to flower says where customer ID is equal to ampersand customer name. Now I can use the other thing in the title. This customer has purchased highest quantity of this variety, right? Seems interesting. Now you want to see the output? Any question on this? Let me show you the program, and then probably you might have some questions. Now read this program and let me know if you have any questions.
But I think the question that you asked in the beginning was like not only just sorting the data in the highest order of this purchase, but also displaying all the items of that customer. You know. Oh, okay, I got it. I think in the second macro that you created, you took the first observation, right? And then you just
Sorry.
assigned it to the variable and printed. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah.
Now try this program at your end.
Can you scroll a little bit up and I want to see the second macro that where you observation is equals to 1. When we are using this set function, what is it actually doing?
For which function?
Set.
I missed that. Okay, set is used to read the existing SAS data set.
So if you're using it in this second macro that you have created, set new observation equals to 1. This new is what here? Observation, I
So,
got it equals to 1. This new, oh, okay, all right. That's the name. Okay, got it.
Karan has a message for all of you that Divya want to talk to you. Uh, so once I wrap up, then you can stay on the line.
Scroll a bit down.
Sorry.
Scroll a bit down for the program.
Sure. So this is the last class for SAS, and though I think I might require another half an hour, which I can manage with the Tableau because I don't require a full 8 hours in Tableau, right? Because there are a couple of things which the good practices which I want to share in this SAS. Done? Done, Anshu? Okay, what about now? Good question. So this is an automatic variable which means nothing. So if you write, there is no harm you can put any name. Since I do not want to uh, create a new data set, that's why I'm using this. All right. So none means it will not create a data set. Okay, give me a second. So okay, you want to see this thing? Oh, let me just put a enter here. So now you have used the second method of macro variable, right? Now the third method, which is into, right? I think I've written insert into. Okay, this is the after effect of working. So today morning I was working on some project for my office, and I have used this command extensively. So I was in this. So into colon, right? So in this method, in place of calls input, we directly write the name of the variable for which we want to create a macro variable. Right. So do you see? Select customer ID into mcus. So this is macro variable from this data. The new one where you have only one row of data, right? So this is all. This will also do the same thing which you have done through calls input. So let me show you this. So I will run this. I will show you the output of this in log 240 ginger 450, right? Now,
Is this like M cust, M item, and M quantity?
quantity, these are the newly created macro variable for the same data. And
Okay. All right.
right, so I have written M because macro, customer macro item micro quantity, right?
Oh, it's just like a naming that
Yeah, it's not a
convention.
naming, right? You can use anything, right? You can again write ABC, XYZ, something like that.
And it's from the new one data, right?
The new one data, the same data for where we have used calls input, because macro variable can contain only one value at a time. Right? Now, how to write a macro post? So this is our three type of macro variables. Right? Now, how to convert a program into macro program? What do you need to write? You need to write this keyword percentage macro. All right, and the name of the macro, not the variable, name of the macro, not the macro variable. So this is, you're converting your macro program into, sorry, your normal program into macro program. So let me open this data. So this is the same data, right? So just to give you a little idea, macro program does not work on the data which you are defining on, which you are defining through data lines. That's why I'm using a notepad. All right. So now what I'm doing, I'm changing the value for this, just saving this. All right. So in place of data lines, I'm using a file directly, and the rest of the program is same. Did you see that? And now at the end, I am writing percent MEND, mean percent macro and the name of the macro, very name of the macro program. Now if I will run this, so what this program will do, it will create a macro program and there will be no output, right? So there is no output. However, you can see that it has run successfully without any error. Now what you did, you have created a macro program. Now to run a macro program, what you need to do, you need to write a one line of code, that is percent daily report. That is the name of your macro program, and you need to put a percent symbol before that and run.
What is this percent mend is doing here? Is it like the word in English mend, like we storing everything into this daily report variable?
Yes, so okay. So between these two lines, percent macro. So this is the start of the program. This is the end of the program. M macro end, M end.
Okay, all right. Not the word mend. Okay.
So this is the output. Now what I'm doing, I'm making a change in this data. So now consider this notepad as your server. A table stored on a server, right? And what you are doing now, you changing a value for this now. Should I close this now? And what you are doing, you are right, only running this. And this is what is the meaning of a macro program. This is your program now, and everything is automated. You just need to run this on a daily basis. That's it. In the background, whatever changes happening, let them take place. Let them take place. Let me make it. I am not running my program, running only. Alright, so this is a macro program. I will go a little in more details for this program in the next session. So might take another half hour or 40 minutes, right? To give you more details about macro programming. I hope you have enjoyed this programming, specifically the macro one. Let me share this code. अंशु जादू की तरह हो गया ना ये तो. Tomorrow I will show you a little advanced version of this programming, right? So DSP 44. Where is this one, right? So you practice all. Now you have all the programs with you, right? Practice and come up with a question in the next session. In the next session, I'm going to start Tableau, but do not install Tableau until Saturday, right? So Tableau provides free Tableau desktop. You can access for 3 days, right? Sorry, 14 days. My bad. It is available for 14 days. What I did something. And wait. Not this one. Right. Okay. Let me write it one more time. So it is CAR. Okay. And what about you, Satakshi? Ready, please. Okay. So and what about you, Anshu? Anshu. Okay. Anshu and Satakshi. Why is this? All right. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and practice a lot. Bye bye. Over to you, Divya.
Yeah, hi Jiten sir. Uh, can everybody hear me? So my name is Divya and yeah, so I see Shubham Satakshi,
Yes.
Anshu. So only three people are there. Rest have left. Yeah, I
No,
see.
I think these are the only people who were joining the classes. Rest of them, they were not. I think they're gonna join the classroom program
Oh,
later.
okay, fine,
Yeah,
Shubham. So I
yeah.
think so. From this batch, I have interacted with Shubham already. Shubham, did you get a call from Walmart?
No, I did not get any call.
You didn't get any call?
No.
Okay, fine. I'll recheck and I'll get back to you on this.
Yeah, sure.
So the candidates who are present here right now, unfortunately, I am not able to interact face to face due to this pandemic situation, and we really don't know how many days more it will take. So I just wanted to have an interaction with all of you, and I would request you all. I think so. Damni has added me in the WhatsApp group also, so you can always ping me, and my email ID is divya.s@ematicus.com. So you can also write me mails if you have any queries regarding that. Uh, so I just wanted to ask you, have you all completed with Python, or it is just going on right now?
No, we are
You
done
can,
with that.
yeah,
We're
pardon?
done.
Yeah, we
Acha,
are
you're
done.
done with Python. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe probably if not this week, by next week, I would be sharing you a link. So that link is basically to register yourself on a superset platform which Ematicus provides for the people after you have completed your level 2. Okay. So once you have done with this Python, we provide you to access that platform, and on that platform we do basically job postings. So you can go through the job postings, and these postings are basically pan India also. So I post jobs over there. So basically, we try to convey for the jobs everything through this platform only. So once you get the registration link, please do register yourself. If you have any problem, any issues coming up, if you face any problem in registering or you don't understand anything, you can always come back to me. You can always write mail. Now, suppose if you are registering on the superset and you are getting any issue, I would request you take a screenshot of that particular page and then revert on the mail itself. So it would be much easier for me and for the product specialist who is taking care of that platform to revert back. And after your registration is over, after you are enrolled, you can see the jobs which are coming from Pan India and in fact from Delhi itself. So like this, we go about for the placements, and we post both the public leads and the private. By public and private leads, I mean to say that suppose there is any vacancy where I have a direct reference with the HR. So if your profile basically matches with that, so I basically float your resumes to that particular HR of the company. And by public lead, I mean to say that from different platforms like Naukri, from my LinkedIn platform, and from other platforms, I basically post the jobs which are basically coming on the websites and all. So this is how we go about it. And definitely now you're finished with your this particular curriculum of Python. So I will also fix one day when we can discuss on the resume part also. So basically for resume, I would request you, I will also take Jiten sir in loop, because for technical part, he will be the best person to guide you. And for all the HR part, I will see in the resume. So if you have any queries and questions, you can come back to me right now also and later also whenever you feel comfortable. So I think so. If everything is clear, please say yes in the chat box. And if you have any query right now, you can ask me.
So that job portal that you were talking about, what all we have to register? Is it like we have to like a LinkedIn sort of a portal?
It's not a LinkedIn sort of a portal. It is exclusively for the Marticus candidates, right?
Okay.
LinkedIn is just a different platform. Here it is like
Yeah,
on
is it
LinkedIn.
like Imarticus is like LinkedIn version like that I was talking about?
No, 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 not at all. See, this
Okay.
is a communication. This is a platform where we have an internal communication with the person who is taking care of this placement. For example, me, right,
Okay.
and the
All right.
student.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
for you, the benefit is that you can see the jobs pan India, the public leads, and the references which I would be posting, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
we would be
Okay.
helping you with further process. And
Okay.
for my point, it is beneficial that I can see all the records of the candidate, the experience, and what is his profile, his or her profile.
Yeah.
Because for me, it is like 200, 300 candidates.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
for me, it becomes easier to have an exposure of each and every candidate, to keep a
Mm.
track record of all the candidates. So it is just a platform, an interface where, and for your knowledge, I must tell you that it is based on SPSS, right?
Okay.
Coding.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
this platform is basically to have an interaction of the student with the placement head or placement coordinator, whomsoever it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Got it. Thanks. And
Anyone,
I hope,
anything else? Yeah.
like, I mean, I wanted to ask, um, you would be helping us through till the time we get placed, like, if we want to, right? There's no
Shubham,
validity sort of like that, right?
Shubham,
Or
this is
there.
actually, yes, I would like to just surprise you that
Yeah.
this is basically DSP program is an assisted program, right? So Ematicus runs two types of programs. One is assisted and one is assured program. So when we go for assured program, there we try
Mhm.
to assure you the number of opportunities, whatever is there in the agreement. So there is one agreement which candidates sign, right? Now, in this particular program of yours, which is an assisted program, we assist you with all the job openings, correct?
Mhm.
But we don't
Mhm.
guarantee you anything. We don't guarantee you
Yeah,
jobs.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We will
That's
assist you. So
totally
it's
obvious.
definitely assist.
But you will help us, like, I mean, keep giving opportunities
Sure,
until we
sure,
get
sure,
placed,
sure.
right? Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we continuously share job opportunities. We keep the track of the candidates. We
Hmm.
try to help you maximum. We build your resumes. We do the mock interviews. Everything is done, but the only difference is that we don't guarantee you jobs in this case. So it depends
Okay.
on the candidate and
Yeah,
how well
yeah,
the candidate, parallelly, have a dialogue with the placements.
yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks.
Anyone
Thanks.
else? Any other questions or any confusion, any query? You are most welcome anytime. But if not, right now, if you have any,
So Divya, I have a question. Like the openings, if it's like outside Delhi, that will also be there, right? I mean, we will be using the
sure,
same
sure,
code.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely, Satakshi. Actually, I would be also sharing an Excel sheet with you all, right? Now, in that Excel sheet, I just take the recommendation of the candidates whether they are probably willing to relocate or not. Suppose if a candidate says this, yes, he or she is willing to relocate, and we have a vacancy which is very much matching with the candidate's profile, we do provide the opportunity to the candidate.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, so it totally depends on the candidate whether he or she pursues or not. So
Okay.
basically, once the candidate says, yes, we are ready to relocate, so whatever opportunities we come across, we share pan India.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so everybody is done with their queries. So can I?
I have one more question. Suppose
Yeah, yeah.
I'm okay to relocate like anywhere in India, and there's an interview scheduled for me. So do I have to travel to the interview location, or everything gonna be online and then it's gonna be there? Have you?
it depends company to company. Okay. We don't have any say in the process of the company interview.
Yeah.
So like
Okay.
if we talk about the current situation, this pandemic situation, even companies are
Yeah.
conducting
Everything's
their
gonna be
online
online.
training
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
So the training which was supposed to be the classroom training before the final interview and intake of the
Yeah.
candidate. Now these
Hmm.
companies have converted that into an online training and they are, keeping the process totally online. Now, what will be the situation or scenario after the lockdown? It depends. Secondly, it also depends on the company's procedure. It's totally on their
Okay.
will. So
Okay.
mostly I see that a few companies do take Skype interviews, and once they are over with the Skype interview, definitely for the last interview, that is the HR round, you have to appear into the company. So that is what I have been seeing the process.
Okay. Okay. All right. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so anything else, or shall we take a leave for the session today?
All right. That's all good.
Okay, fine. Karan, thank you all. Karan, thank you very much.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you, friend.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, bye. Bye all. Thank you. Bye, Karan.
Bye.